This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to the home of the Baylor Bears, McLean Stadium on the banks of the Brazos in Waco, Texas. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Bears will kick it away to start. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Auburn's offense takes the field to start this game off. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Singleton to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't hang on. It's incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football.
You know, sometimes wide receivers are so eager to get upfield once they have the ball. They take their eyes away. You really got to do a good job looking it in and securing the catch.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Looking to throw again. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Bears offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. From the gun. Give on the inside. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Throws to the tight end. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
Got a man. It's Wilson. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
And the Bears with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Under fire. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. To the air, it's Robertson. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Prentice. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Bears are flying down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Pulled it, finds his man on the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Frazier. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Scanning the field, it's Robertson. Makes the grab, it's Washington. Oh, he's got some space. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. The sure hands, it's Wilson. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
This receiver is so dangerous out in space, and it's a nice job by the QB getting him the ball early on the curl route. And you see, once he has it, he's got some wiggle, he's got some shake, makes some defenders miss, and gets up the field.
1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle, it's Prentice. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Prentice. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
My old coach said to never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He'll sneak it. Past the first down marker and still running.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
The Bears back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. It's complete on the right side. Breaks into the open. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Robertson. Finds his man, it's Washington. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Here's a heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it, and I get PTSD to this day. When you get those types of athletes in a three-point stance rushing the quarterback with that crowd noise and your offensive tackles can't hear the snap count, it's not a lot of fun.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion, whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. On the run, it's Alston. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. There he goes. That keeps the running game churning. Pickup of 5 to the 23.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds the hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run out of it.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in. It's Singleton. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Listen, you can't make every play, you can't cover everybody, but it's really nice when you get the bonus of swatting the ball down and making sure that quarterback doesn't get a completion and doesn't get a big play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
The Tigers need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Motion from the wideout. He's in open space downfield. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. Quick completion to the right. Turning it on. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
The Tigers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Try to barge their way in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Using his legs, it's Washington. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Bears in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Give to the running back. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
And the Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Robertson. Got his man quickly. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
In college football, you see this a ton now. And you use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
The Bears come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Prentice. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed well.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Prentice. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll give it to the back. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
The defense just can't seem to find a way to get off the field. That time, QB sneak for the 1st down. They need a turnover or something to try to generate some momentum.
This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's Robertson. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He'll keep it himself. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
That's a nice completion. I know you don't get the first down, and you're obviously set up in field goal range here down in the red zone, but because you've got 4th and short now, you may decide to go for this if you're on offense.
4th down, and a field goal's not going to help much. They'll try to keep the drive alive by converting here. Converts on 4th down, still going. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! Quick strike through the air for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here, he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Handoff to the lone back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Connection to the right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Little touch pass to the receiver. Makes his man miss. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
He'll do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
He'll pull it on the read. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
when you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. And the problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football. But it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He'll throw on third down. Grab near the marker. It's Coleman. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Shakes off the defender. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Caught in the backfield, it's Alston. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
And the Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. The give to the back. Makes one man miss. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy. And he's able to get the tackle for loss.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. He'll pull it down. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Auburn doing business in the red zone. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Pocket breaking down. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to pass, it's Robertson. Got a man, it's Cameron. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Makes the quick grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's great to send that blitz and get the heat on the quarterback, but you might need a little help on the backside with this guy.
Yeah, because now you're putting your guy in man-to-man situation against an elite receiver, and that's a tough battle to win. But you got to take those chances. You got to be aggressive. The offense won that one. At least it wasn't a huge game-changing play.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Man, that is going to haunt this quarterback. He had his receiver running a deep route. He was open, and the QB overthrew him. Man, that sucks.
The Tigers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another 1st down. The throw to the outside is complete. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Quarterback on the keeper. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
Auburn hopes to get War Eagle flying in this red zone trip. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. He makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. He'll keep it on the sneak. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Got it behind the line. It's Singleton. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll keep it himself. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to throw. It's Robertson. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And you don't see this very often, the big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Finds a man on the left. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains.
I love that play call, and quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Coleman. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Gets it to him on the screen. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
The pull and throw off the RPO. They'll immediately call timeout.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
Pulls and fires complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And there is no question they should just keep letting this guy throw the ball. He's 5 for 5 on this drive. They've only run 5 offensive plays, and he's already got him down here by the goal line. Let him keep chucking it.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'll immediately call timeout. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And to get rid of it quickly. Just threw that one way too far.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got 3rd.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Auburn!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Brazos River at McLean Stadium.
Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Robertson. Hauls it in.
That's a bang-bang play, 3-step slant. They rep this over and over in practice so they can go out and execute it on game day like that.
The Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Using his legs, it's Washington. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Out of the gun, the inside give. Crosses to 40. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man downfield. Turning on the jet. Touchdown, Tigers. And the route is on. He has been unstoppable. The ultimate dual threat. Positively Cam-tastic.
Yeah, and that dude was just so incredible to watch, and that's what he's putting on display. He's looking like that. Just whatever he wants to do, it's working, and this Auburn offense is cooking.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. The give from the gun. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Robertson. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
They kick it away on 4th down. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Nice move to keep running. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels, so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up one or two.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. Third and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. He'll do it himself. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards, and they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish, and they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
And the Bears line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Trying play action. Rush is on him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Lets it fly on the move. Catch inside the 25. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it first and 10 just outside the 20. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down. Bringing the heat. He'll pull it down and run. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
So now it's 2nd and long. Direct snap. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
The Bears will call on their punt team. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Running back searching for a hole. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throwing right. Finds a man all alone. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Alston. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Now the play fake. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Wilson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Bears with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Robertson. Makes the grab. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. The give out of the gun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
The Bears are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
And the Bears will line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Coleman.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Flips it out on the screen. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
How about the offense, man? Dialing up the screen play on 3rd down. They needed a play. Sometimes people like the screen, sometimes they don't. You got to call it at the right time. And they picked the right opportunity. They get the 3rd down conversion and a new set of downs.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He has the 1st and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Auburn going to work with another 1st down. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there for the QB.
Back to pass on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Coleman. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Coleman. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Pulls it in. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Motion from the wideout. Grabbed behind the line, it's Coleman. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Going up top again. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Screen pass just not working there, and you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got an open man. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
The Bears are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
They'll move the wide receiver. Well, jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
And the Bears with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Robertson. Got it in the middle, it's Cameron. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The Bears really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down, they've got it at the 40. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Under fire. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Complete downfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
This has been a frustrating day. They haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll run it to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. To throw, it's Robertson. Oh, they're after him. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. A strike downfield. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job staying home by the defense there. Offense trying to go option. The QB keeps it, but you see the great assignment football. Everybody's staying where they're supposed to be, and they're able to rally to the quarterback and tackle him for a loss.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Fields. And they're able to make the tackle.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the snap, it's Coleman. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. The Tigers are on the move. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Coleman. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Caught behind the line. It's Singleton. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Alston. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. He splits the uprights, and they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield, it's Cameron. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. To the air, it's Robertson. Got his man. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Touch pass on the run. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And the Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Robertson. Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
The Bears trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.